So this tutorial is going to be the solid hexagon. I'm going to be using Shapey's Colour Crafter yarn for this. I've actually taken the labels off these two already because I've been using them for something else. But it's a really lovely yarn to work with. It's really soft and it's one that I've only just started using, so I thought I'd let you know. So you can obviously use any yarn that you like, but for this particular one I'm going to be using a 4mm hook. So let's get started. So once you've finished making these hexagons, you might want to check out my tutorial on how to join them together. I will actually link that in the description box below as well. So to start with, you're going to create your slip knot. So to do this, you want to take the tail end of yarn and place it over your finger, and then wrap it around your finger and hold between these fingers like this. And then take your working end of yarn and wrap it around again. And then you're just going to pull that back loop over the front loop and pull up to tighten. And then you're just going to insert your hook. So to start with, you want to do a chain of 4. So to chain, you just yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through, and that is your chain 4. We're then going to insert our hook into this very first stitch here, just next to your slip knot, and we're going to create a circle. So you want to insert into that very first stitch, just next to your slip knot. Oops. And then you're going to do a slip stitch. So you're going to grab the yarn and pull it through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook as well. And this creates a little circle for us to work into here. I feel the need to explain as well, because obviously you won't have seen it on any other videos. This is just the remnant of a holiday temporary tattoo that my daughter and I had to match, so just in case you think, ooh, that's new. Right, so anyway, to start now, we're going to be working all of our stitches into that circle. So we want to create a treble, but to do that straight from this circle, we need to do a chain 3. So you could just go into chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and that's going to count as our first treble. Now remember, that's UK treble. In the US this is your double. We're then going to do a normal treble into that centre circle just here. So to do a treble, you want to yarn over and you're going to insert into the centre of that hole, and then you're going to yarn over and pull up, and you've now got 3 loops on your hook. Ooh, just going to have to focus there slightly. And then you want to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, and yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops. So we've now got a chain 3, which counts as a treble and a treble. So that is our first cluster of trebles. We want to now create a corner for our hexagon, so we want to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then we're going to do another cluster of 2 trebles. So you want to yarn over, insert back into that centre circle, yarn over and pull up, and you've got your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So another one next to there. And if you notice as well, I'm holding my tail end of yarn around the circle so that I can weave it in as I go, and then at the end I can just snip it off. So that is our second cluster, and again we want to create a corner, so a chain 2, and then another set of 2 trebles. So you want to continue doing this until you have got 6 sets of trebles. So you can either work them with me now, or if you want to fast forward on, you can do. But I will do all of these trebles with you. So that is 3 sets of trebles now. And then we're going to chain 2 again to create another corner. You might need to just push those trebles round a little to make space. So again, another set of trebles. 1 and 2. And another chain 2 to create another corner. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of trebles. So we just need 2 more sets of 2 trebles. So that's 1, 2, and again we're going to chain 2. That's 1 treble and 2 trebles. So that is now our 6 sets of 2 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just need to create another corner here. So you want to chain 2 again, 1 and 2, and then we need to join up. So to do that you want to work into the top stitch. So you want to find the 3rd stitch. So you've got 1, 2, and that is your 3rd stitch just here. So you're going to insert your hook straight into that top stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch. So you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. So that is the foundation of your hexagon completed, and we're now going to move on to the next row. So we're going to be working into the tops of stitches. So for this very first one we're going to do a chain 3, which counts as our first treble, and that counts as the treble for this treble. So we're going to do another treble now into the next stitch, so into the top of this treble here. So you want to yarn over, and when you go into the top of the treble you want to make sure that you get the V on the top of your hook. So when you insert your hook you should have a little V on your hook just here, and then you're going to complete your treble. So that is 2 trebles, 1 in the top of both of the trebles from the previous round. We're now going to do 1 treble into the chain space that we created. So into the corner space, you're going to do 1 treble into there. And now we're going to create the new corner for this row. So we're going to do a chain 2. And then we want to do another treble back into that same chain space. So straight back into that same chain space and do a treble. And then we're going to do a treble into the top of each of these trebles. So you want to yarn over. This very first one can be a little bit tricky. You don't want to miss it and work straight into this one here. You want to make sure you're going into the top of that treble just there. So you want to insert into there and complete your treble. And then you're going to go into the top of the next treble just here. So you've now got 3 trebles in this from this corner. You've got 1 into that chain space, 1 into the top of those 2 from the previous row, and then you want to do 1 more treble into the next chain space. So between each of your chain 2 spaces you will have 4 trebles. On this first one here you will only have 3 because we will finish that as we get back around. But on this next one you should have 4. And then you want to chain 2 again to create the new corner. And then you're going to do a treble back into that same chain space. And then again you're going to do a treble into the top of the next 2 trebles. Into the top of that treble there. And then again into the top of the next treble. And then a treble into the next chain space. And then again you're going to create the corner because we've got our 4 trebles now. And then we're going to do another treble back into that same chain space. And then 1 into the top of the next 2 trebles. It's 1 and 1 into the top of the next one. And then again we're back to the corner, so you want to do 1 treble into that chain space, and then again you have got your 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to create your new corner. And you're just going to continue that all the way around, so if you need to pause or rewind then do that now. But otherwise I will meet you when you have just completed your last set of trebles on this edge here, and I will show you how to finish off that first set of 3 that we did here. Okay, so I've just done my last edge here, and I'm back to where we started from at the very beginning. So I've done my last set of 4 here, and I've done my chain 2, and now I need to do one more treble back into this chain space here, and that becomes the 4th treble to complete this edge here where we started from. So that treble counts as this section just here. So now we want to join this up. So again, we're going to find the 3rd stitch from the bottom. So that's 1, 2, and then that is our 3rd stitch just there. So I'm going to insert my hook straight into there, and I'm going to slip stitch again. I'm just going to yarn over and pull through both. So that's how our little hexagon is looking now. And we're ready to move on to the next row. So again, you want to start your row by chaining 3, which is going to count as a treble, and it is going to count as a treble for the top of this treble here. So you will have 1 treble to the right of it as well, but we will finish that when we come back around. So now we want to do a treble into the top of this treble here. So we're going to go treble straight into the top of that next stitch, and then a treble into the top of the next stitch, and then we're on to our corner space. So we're going to do a treble into that corner space, and then we're going to chain 2 to create the new corner, and then once more we're going to go back into that same chain space and do a treble, which will be the start of our next row. Our next side, should I say. So we've got 4 trebles here to work into. So you've got the one that you've just created, you'll work into the top of this 4, and then another one here. So you will have 6 trebles for each side on this row. So that's 1, and then we're going to work into the top of this treble just here. So again, make sure you are going into the top of that treble and not missing it. So we've now got 2 trebles into the next one, 3 trebles into the top of the next one, and that's 4, and again into the top of this next one just here, which is 5, and then our last one will go into the chain space as normal. So that is 6 trebles for your side, and then again we're going to create the corner by chaining 2, and then we're going to do 1 more back into that same chain space, and then we're going to work into the top of our 4 trebles again, just as we did a moment ago. So yarn over and insert into the top of that first treble, and you're going to go into the top of each of these 4 trebles again, and then 1 into that corner space, and you will have 6 trebles for this side. So you just want to do that once again all the way around, remembering to chain your 2 in your corner to create it. So every time you should have 6, and then a chain 2 and 6, chain 2 and 6, so on. So when you get back to this last chain space here, if you meet me when you get to this last chain space, and we will just finish off this side that we started from. Okay, so I've just done my last side here of 6 stitches, and I've done my chain 2, and I just need to finish off where we came up from at the start of this row. So I'm going to do a treble back into that chain space as normal, and then I just have 1 treble here that I just need to work into the top of. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to go in the top of this treble just here, and that will create my extra 2 stitches to make this into 6. So again, I'm going to find the 3rd stitch, so 1, 2 and 3, and I'm going to go into the top of that stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch to join together. I'm just going to pull my yarn out slightly. Now you can stop here if you were doing lots of little hexagons to join together for a smaller project, but if you were doing a really big project like a big blanket, you might want to make them slightly bigger just so that you don't have as many to sew together. That probably sounds quite lazy on my part, but I've learnt that lesson the hard way. So you might want to do maybe even just 1 more row, But if you wanted to keep going and just do one massive continuous hexagon, you could absolutely do that as well. You would just remember, you just need to increase your stitch count by 2 every time by doing your extra stitches into your corners. So we've gone from 2 to 4 to 6. The next would be 8, 10, 12 and so on. So it is a versatile pattern. You can keep it just as is, or you can make it as big as you wanted. But I'm just going to finish off this one here, just so that I can show you how to do that. And then, like I say, if you want to check out how I join them, I will link that video down in the description box as well. So to finish off, I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to snip off. And then just pull it through and then pull tight. So that is my lovely little hexagon. Now you could obviously add a border in whatever colour you like, but I'm just going to keep these plain. But I really hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial, and if you have, please remember to give me a quick thumbs up. But I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching.